All right, hello everybody. Welcome. My name is Jeff, and today we are having some fun playing Magic. And the fun thing that we are trying to do today is we are playing Abzan tokens, and this is a little different take on the deck, and something I've been thinking about ever since I saw this card, Benalish Marshal. Super fun, and we're gonna do some pretty crazy things with this. So basically, what we're doing is we're playing a tokens deck with hidden stockpiles, anointed procession, a bunch of saproling creations, a bunch of other things that we can do with tokens, and we are just playing 8 different ways to pump all of our every creature. So we're playing all the cards that say other creatures you control get +1/+1. And so Benalish Marshal comes in for 3. It is 3 white, and so it is a little bit hard playing our 3 color deck, but you can kind of see how it works out. There are a couple times that we're not drawing into our white, but I think we have 3 lands in the entire deck that don't really, actually probably a couple more that don't play white mana. So we only have a few lands in the deck that don't have white mana, so there are occasional times we're not playing it on turn 3, which the big matchups where that's important is against the Goblin Chain Whirler, anything that can do stuff like that. But otherwise, we're creating enough tokens every single turn that hopefully they can go in, create, destroy all of our stuff, and we can rebuild the next turn. So we're also playing Angel of Invention, which also gives all of our creatures +1/+1, and also creates servos, so great with Anointed Procession. And then we're playing 2 of Shalai to give everything else protection, as well as we are playing the green sources to be able to put counters on everything. And so our main goal of this is to build wide, but then also build big, like get everything up to 3/3s, 4/4s, and along the way gaining life with Ajani's Welcome, a lot of different triggers coming in. We do have some Song of Freyalise to make sure we're getting to our stuff. Vraska's Relic Seeker on the top end, and the one thing I do like to see, I want to see if I can get a Sram's Expertise on turn 4, playing a Benalish Marshal, which is just tons of power on the board all at once. I think that's just one of the best things that you can do in Magic right now. Like, it's so much power for 4 mana. I don't think you can put anything else on the battlefield that creates more bodies, more power right now, apart from Sram's Expertise into Benalish Marshal. So that's kind of the goal. We're trying to do that as well. I ran out of my gold wild stuff, and I'm trying not to spend any more right now. So I'm trying to make this work as is. So anyway, this is the deck. I've seen some pretty amazing success with it when it goes off, and we will see if we can do it this time. All right, so we are playing Abzan tokens in Arena Standard, and opponent's going first. Let's see what we draw here. All right, so couple of white sources. This is pretty slow. I think we're going to have to cycle the cast out right away, but we'll keep this just because we have Anointed Procession and Ajani's Welcome. And the rest of it's not great, but hopefully draw into some good stuff. Okay, Plains isn't bad. We know we can get into our Benalish Marshal. I think what we do is... So Johnny's Welcome isn't really important here. I think what we do, we know we want to cast out... Well, actually, no, let's see how fast our opponent plays here. A cast out can be really good. We don't have tons of removal in this deck, and there's some things that are just worth casting out. So let's see what they're playing here. I'm guessing Constructs with green-black. Saprolings. Ooh, okay. So also playing against a tokens deck. So we're going to go ahead, play the Plains, pass the turn. Yeah, there's nothing that we can play on turn 1. Maybe if it's a Johnny's Welcome. So, let's go ahead, cycle now. We're hoping for green mana. All right, so Angel of Invention, that's fine. Slimefoot Stowaway. All right, so this looks like a pretty fun... I almost put this into our deck, but only half of our creatures, or not even half, come in as Saprolings. We do have a lot of them, but it just wasn't quite worthwhile. So, okay, this is pretty slow, but, I mean, next turn, Anointed Procession. Turn after that, Angel of Invention, possibly Spore Swarm. Gain 6 life either way. Or, yep. Alright, Isolated Chapel isn't bad here. So Isolated Chapel, Anointed Procession. We're down to 14. And we're just open for, I think, green mana here. Spore Swarm isn't bad. I think that and a Song of Freyalise is good too. So we take... Okay, so Vraska's Contempt is interesting here. I think that we save that right now. We gain some life. They have mana up for stuff. So we definitely go Angel of Invention. Create servos. And worst case scenario, we at least gain 5 life. They may kill it. But, I mean, they can't really swing in if they don't. So we create 5 triggers, gain 5 life. And this is why I'm playing the Ajani's Welcome, is that we are a pretty slow deck, playing win more cards, all that kind of stuff. And this just prolongs the game with everything that we're trying to do. So I love this card. I'm almost thinking you should play more of them. Alright, so they do get at the Tender Shoot. I think we have to Vraska Contempt that instead. So we're going to... You know, let's go ahead, resolve, and we'll draw first. Draw, see what we hit. Shalai. Okay, Shalai is pretty good as well. So I think what we do is Vraska's Contempt, Tender Shoot. Hope they don't draw into another one. Play Shefet Dunes. Swing with Angel of Invention. Just save up, keep up the blockers here. And gain back life. And now we're even with a pretty good board state. And Shalai coming down next turn, which I think is awesome. Alright, so this is pretty fun. Vanquisher's Banner is awesome. Alright, so they can swing in. We could double block. They're swinging in for 6. I think what we do, we know that we have ways to create more stuff if we draw into... So I think that we do is we just go ahead. We're fine trading out here. The one thing that's interesting with Saprolings on Vanquisher Banner is that a lot of the stuff they play is fungus as well instead of Saprolings. Alright, so we draw into our green source, which it comes in tapped. So we play, let's see, let's tap these down. We play Shalai. Gain a life. Swing in for 2. Gain some life back. And pass the turn. And so we're hoping they don't have another Tender Shoot Dryad. That's, you know, that's definitely the worst card for us right here. But even if they do, they swing in, do some damage, we can play Spore Swarm on this next turn, gain 6 life. I think Song of Freyalise into pumping them a couple times. Alright, so it gets another buff there. And we can block with Shalai as well. Alright, so he does buff the fungus there. Alright, that's interesting. Okay, so he's playing Saplings and fungus. So, this is pretty good here. So we can Vraska Relic Seeker as well. Maybe create some pirates. Bring them down to 1. They have to be swinging in. So I think that's what we do here. Yeah, that's just too good. Alright, so Vraska Relic Seeker, we could destroy Slimefoot or Vanquisher's Banner, but I don't think that they have anything that can come in quick enough, and so I think just creating 2 pirates is going to be better here. And we know we can make the board bigger next turn. Hopefully we're drawing to another green source. And I think we're in pretty good shape here. We can swing in with Angel... And I think we go with Shalai as well. Let's see. Yeah, because we're totally fine trading here. Yeah, so Shalai and Angel swing in for 6. Down to 12. And yeah, we're in pretty good shape here. I mean, they have some plays they can definitely do, but I think our flyers are awesome here. All right, so they create another sapling with a Slimefoot. And they scoop it up. Yeah, we just had a little too much value, and they couldn't be swinging in on this board state. So there you have it. There is Abzan tokens in our first match, and opponent scooped it up, so we're good. All right, so here we are again with Abzan tokens in Arena Standard, and this last game turned out really well. Hoping for something like that again, and let's see what we draw into. All right, so a lot of lands, not super fast, but Saproling's right off. I wish we had just a normal, like a dual land for the green, but I think that we keep this. I mean, if we draw into land, this is pretty good. And Anointed Procession, yeah, this is good. So we're gonna go ahead, play Plains, pass the turn. And if we draw into a Benalish Marshal and they're not playing too quick. Alright, so, ooh. Ajani's Welcome's pretty good as well. I think what we do is we're going to play the Isolated Chapel into, oh man, red-blue. Is this going to be a control matchup? Do we want stuff out? We already played that, so yeah, we're doing this. I would like to get the full value off of Saprolings, especially with Anointed Procession. And with Ajani's Welcome, if it does happen, I mean, we just gain enough life that it doesn't matter too much. Alright, so this is a Thematic Compass. I'm wondering if this is like a mill. I have seen some Jeskai versions of the mill deck that are pretty interesting. Let's go ahead, play Forest, and we'll just play Saproling Migration without the kicker cost. Gain some life. Alright, opponent plays Highland Lake. Plays Thematic Compass. Goes searching for blue source. Okay, so they aren't just red-blue, it looks like. And I'm guessing this is a semi-controlling matchup here. So we already have one green source. We don't need anything else right now. So I think we play that. We play Anointed Procession. Swing in for 2. And I think next turn, if they're not holding up counter magic, we play Angel of Invention into just swinging out for 4. Okay, Enigma Drake. Okay, so we're in pretty good shape here, I think. I'm kind of hoping for a black source as well. So we'll play the Plains, play Angel of Invention, create servos, gain 5 life, swing in for 4. He will block 2 of it. Thematic Compass is definitely not as good against our deck, where we're just going wide with pretty big creatures eventually. So he's going to have to be firing off removal, which, I mean, there is something to say we could have put counters here instead, but, I mean, we're fine with having a wide board and not as big of stuff. So I think what we do here is we play the Forest. We attack with everything except Angel of Invention, because, I mean, he can fire off one thing and kill us there. So all attack, pull back the Angel. So 6 attackers, holding up stuff, and so we can... Alright, so it deals to each. Okay, that's pretty good. Alright, so pretty much destroys our board here. And, alright. That's good. Nice! And do we play this now when they have less mana? I think that we try to make them spend mana on their turn. I mean, so we can get back, 6 creatures, 6 life. So we're not in bad shape here, but we definitely need to be getting some good draws. No more land, unless it's a black source. I wonder how Thematic Compass would work in our deck. Maybe as a one of. I mean, just because The only issue we have with this deck is the occasional big trampler and drawing into the right mana here, but it is only for basic lands, and I'm not sure we would want that. Alright, so they go attacking. They can draw a card. We're going to stop on the end step, play some Saprolings. I should have waited for them to draw there. So yeah, they do have the negate. Get this guy a little bit bigger. Alright, so they negated that. Hopefully they don't have another negate for this Hidden Stockpile. I mean, we don't have a way to trigger it off right away. Looks like they might. Alright, so Hidden Stockpile comes down. We don't have anything for it right now, unfortunately, so... but we do have our engine assembled. As soon as we get creatures out on the battlefield, I mean, they have to control us pretty heavily. I mean, if they have another fiery cannonade, that's pretty bad. But if they got us, they got us. Alright, so Gutter Snipe, that's pretty fun. I really like this deck they're building. I think it is interesting they're playing Gutter Snipe with the Fiery Cannonade, but I mean, it's 4 decks like ours, so that makes sense. Alright, so we do draw into Black Source here. So we play Isolated Chapel, pass the turn. I think we fire it off on their turn to try to get them to spend mana or tap down already. Let's see, so they are tapped down more here. I mean, they still have enough mana up for Disallow or Negate. So, yeah, we'll just wait till their turn. Okay, so Precognition Field. You may look at the top card of your library. Ooh, interesting. I haven't seen anyone actually play this very well. So you may cast the top card of your library if it's an instant or sorcery card, and you can remove that top card. So that's pretty awesome. I think this actually works pretty well with this deck. That's pretty fun. It is an interesting 4-drop. It basically gives you an extra card in hand, and one that you can pay 3 to change it out for something different, like a looting almost. And so I think that's a pretty fun, pretty interesting thing. So, I mean, they have something else here. We are still going to Vraska's Contempt. I think this Enigma Drake. I think that's the worst thing that they can have in the deck. They have the Cryptic Serpents as well, but they haven't played a lot of spells yet. I'm guessing they have a counter here. Nope, lets it go. Alright, so no counters. I'm guessing maybe they just have a lot of burn in hand? Maybe more fiery cannonades to destroy our stuff. And we just keep drawing all of the lands. And we will pass the turn. Alright, so anything to create tokens, that's what we're looking for. Anything that will actually hit the battlefield and start scrying with Hidden Stockpile, start doing some stuff there. And if we can scry into some better draws, I think we're in pretty awesome shape. I mean, we're not in great shape here, but we're not out of the game yet. Alright, Kefnet the Mindful has 5 cards in hand, so can't swing in yet. Can draw each turn. Basically has another card in hand, but it doesn't work for Kefnet. This is a pretty janky brew of this deck. I actually like it right now. Alright, Song of Freyalise does nothing for us right now. That's not good. We wouldn't mind anything. So the interesting thing is, if we play like a Benalish Marshal or something like that, do we sack that for the Hidden Stockpile trigger? I mean, it blocks Gutter Snipe. He does have the ability to swing in with Kefnet now. And wish we had settled the wreckage. So we take it down to 15. He lightning strikes, so 5 more damage, down to 10. Let's see if he has 2 more. I mean, he should with everything he has there, but may not play it just for Kefnet. Okay, so he does have it. All right, so lightning strike number 2, down to 5, and lightning strike number 3. He doesn't have it. All right, so we are going to play Johnny's Welcome. Just showing opponent our hand here. Song of Freyalise, Shefet Dunes, and then we'll scoop it up. Shefet Dunes, and we are going to concede. Good game, opponent. That fiery cannonade just destroyed us, and then drawing a million lands, definitely not the best way to play Magic. But yeah, that happens sometimes. I think that we played it pretty well throughout, and he just had the right answers for the right moments. And yeah. All right, here we are playing Abazan tokens in Arena Standard, and we're going to get a look at our hand here eventually. So I want to hear in the comments what your guys' thoughts are on MTG Arena. What you like about it, the different things about it. So I think it's still definitely under testing. There's some funny things that happens here and there, and it's very functional though for what they have, with the occasional mess up. So my thoughts are, I do like the time system on MTGO a little bit better than just the bar, because there are some turns that you need a lot of time to do everything you're trying to do, and I think that you should be able to get more time the more stuff you're doing. And that's my one opinion. I think that they do need to change that, but otherwise I think it's a pretty fun system altogether. All right, so this is, I mean, we have our 3 planes and no other colors right now. I think we keep this hoping we draw into stuff because we like everything we have. This is a very risky keep, but we're going to keep it. We are on the draw as well. They are mulliganing down to 6. Mulliganing down to 5. And see, this is why I don't like getting too greedy with my mulligans. I mean, there's definitely times that you lose because you didn't mulligan, but having to mulligan down to 5 is so hard to come back from. I mean, that's just, especially when you're on the play, that's just so hard. But on the draw, I'll basically have 3 card advantage here on him from the very beginning. We'll be slow, but we'll have a good hand. Alright, so opponent keeps 5 cards. Opponent plays the forest. Alright, perfect. That's what we're trying to look for. Alright, so Isolated Chapel. So we play plains past the turn. And then next turn, alright, so only 1 land. That's pretty rough there. So we play that into Hidden Stockpile. So we don't really have any token producers yet, though. Anointed Procession into 2 Angel of Inventions, though. So we're just hoping for land, maybe green mana. Yeah, this is, I mean, we don't have tokens yet, but I think if they don't draw land, opponent might just scoop it up here soon. Yep, opponent scoops it up. So that's the value of keeping, 3 lands, even if it's not in the right colors or sometimes slow. Is, I mean, yeah, there's certain games that you'll definitely lose on because of that, but I think ultimately if you have stuff that you can eventually play, you have the things you want, and it's a little bit slow, you still keep it. All right, here we are playing Abazan tokens in Arena Standard, and opponent's playing first. They mulligan. We are going to, ooh, this is pretty slow. I just went on a rant about keeping 3 land hands and decent stuff in hand regardless. So we're going to keep this, try it out. I think mulliganing can be even more risky than the chancing into drawing into anything that we can play. I mean, if they're an aggro matchup, we are pretty dead. But green source, we survive. An extra land into Anointed Procession. So opponent is playing red. That's not good for us, but we do draw into a Benalish Marshal. So that's actually pretty good. I mean, hopefully they don't have removal for it right away. We are hoping for like a stockpile right now, I think. Concealed Courtyard is not bad here. So Concealed Courtyard, looks like this is the Kicker's deck. Okay. See what they can kick right off. They might be able to get, I think it's an Untamed Kavu. So they don't have it in hand, it looks like. Not going to swing in with a 0-2. I don't know why. Alright, so Ajani's Welcome is pretty good here. We can play it if we don't draw into anything else at least. So we're going to play Benalish Marshal. Hope that they don't just Shiv and Fire, kill it, but we're going to play our cards. I think, yeah, so Lightning Strikes, that's fine. That is fine. He's down to 3 cards in hand, so, I mean, eventually he's going to run out of juice, and we're just going to be playing bigger, better stuff, and hope that he doesn't have any real board wipes in that deck. I don't think that he does. So land is awesome there, so we can go Anointed Procession into Angel of Invention. Yeah. Anointed Procession into Angel of Invention. Pass a turn. Opponent plays land. They have all of the mana here. They maybe play Grun. Opponent plays Servant of the Conduit. Creates more mana. And we're just hoping they don't draw into anything amazing here. So Forest is pretty awesome here for us. So I think that what we do is... Ooh, so we could just gain a bunch of life right now. And go on that plan. We have tons of Saproling creations, and then swing in with once we hit Angel of Invention there. So I think that's what we do. So we're going to go ahead, play a Ajani's Welcome. And we can Spore Swarm on their turn. And then Angel of Invention, maybe keep Saprolings to rebuild later. And yeah, that should be pretty good. So pass the turn. See what they play. Okay, so they go with Chandra, Torch of Defiance. So we're kind of hoping that they actually swing in here or do something like that so that we can take out the Chandra. They'll tick up, resolves. They draw into a Llanowar Elves. I'm guessing they play that. So yeah, go ahead. They play Llanowar Elves. We'll let that resolve. He's up to 5 there. All right, so that is definitely an issue. We want to hit it as soon as we do. So they go attacking. No blockers. So they only have 1 red mana up. All right, sorry. Had someone knock on the door. We're going to go ahead and play Spore Swarm, create 6 Saprolings. Oh, man, I cannot spoke right now. But gaining 6 life. Having all the attackers for Chandra that we want, as well as making them bigger with Angel of Invention. They may have Shiv and Fire here, so I wonder if we... you know what, creating the 4 extra servos I think is the best way to go. And that way we can swing 3 there. Ooh, and Hidden Stockpile. Ooh. Hidden Stockpile is not bad here at all. So we play Shefet Dunes. I guess new plan. We play Hidden Stockpile. I mean, we have the Angel of Invention pretty much any time. We want that to be a way to just kind of close out the game as well as creating servos. And so I think that creating our engine here. So we go to combat. So they can save the Chandra by blocking 1 and having a Shiv and Fire. Or a Shock. Oops. So I wish there was an all attack at target something or other here. That would definitely be nice. Alright, so 6 attackers at Chandra. I mean, if they block, then we get the Hidden Stockpile trigger already. We may want to scry. You know what? We may not scry because we like what we have in hand here. So no reason. So they do save the Chandra with the Shivan Fire. Well, we could have gone with a Shefet Dunes play there as well. So I think what we do is we're just gonna, since we're already losing this guy, we're going to sack this guy, scry, and Saproling Migration I think we keep. Yep, keep on top. We have enough mana to play it, so goes down to 1, is able to tick up next turn, and I think that we're still in great shape here. Creating 2 more tokens, I mean, yeah, I think we're in pretty good shape here. Gaining more life, pass the turn. Alright, so resolve, let's see what they drew into. Demanding Dragon can make us lose some life, but we're not too worried about that. It is another blocker. And I think that we just take the life here. We can guarantee kill Chandra that way. So we'll let it resolve, decline to kill anything. We're fine because we know we're gaining 8 life next turn. Alright, so I think what we do, we'll save the Shefet Dunes until we know we're swinging in at him. So we're going to go ahead, all attack at Chandra. I mean, we could have played the Angel of Invention to make them have to chump block here. Alright, so we could hold back 1 more, but with serving up, I think 6 attackers is right there. Alright, yep, that's fine. So we kill the Chandra. They only have 1 card in hand. They're not drawing anything extra each turn now. And I think we're just gonna... So we had something leave the battlefield, so we get the Hidden Stockpile trigger. And we're not gonna scry here. We're just going to kick a Saproling Migration, create 8 Saprolings, gain 8 life. And pass the turn. And I think... I mean, we could build it even bigger. I'm not sure if they have any board wipes like yeah, so I think maybe Angel of Invention next turn. Hope they don't have a Shivan Fire. Create 2 more servos. Gain 2 more life. And yeah, we're in pretty good shape here now. Peleka Worm. This is the new worm. So 7/7 trample. When it enters the battlefield, he gains 7 life, and when it dies, he draws a card. Okay, so trampling guy there. So good to know. Good to know. And I think so. They are tapped out here. So I think what we do is we just play a forest. We play Angel of Invention, and I think that's just the game. We could put counters here. I think that, I mean, if they have Shivan Fire, they're going to be able to kill it anyway. So we create servos, gain life, and if we don't kill him on this turn specifically, we do on the next one. So 14 attackers, so 28 damage coming through right now. So, I mean, they can survive 1 turn. And then I think we got them no matter what next turn, unless they have another Peleka Worm. So we're going to let that one trade. I think we do go ahead and we're going to sacrifice this one. So sacrifice the one that's going to be blocked here, and we will keep another Anointed Procession. We're fine with that on top. And go to damage step. Kill a blocker, bring them down to 3, pass the turn, and then Shefet Dunes. If they swing at the flyer at all, we Shefet Dunes and win next turn. I mean, we hope they don't have any kind of board wipe, but even if they do... Okay, so he's saying good game, and good game scoops it up, and there you have it. So there you go with Abazan tokens. All right, there you have it. There is Abzan tokens for you in Arena Standard, and you can definitely see the power of buffing a bunch of small creatures, going wide, making them all bigger, swinging in, as well as I think again this Ajani's Welcome really just makes this deck possible. Like the amount of life you gain just makes the opponent feel like they can't really do much. So you did see in one of our matchups where we didn't draw into any of our token spells, anything like that, and we are running a lot more things that don't create tokens. And there is definitely, like I would say, we probably should run an extra Stram's Expertise or maybe Servo Expeditions, just more things that create tokens. Is definitely a way to go. But I just love how fun this deck is. There's a lot of fun synergies. There's more cool, fun things you can do. You can have just those big flying creatures as well that just beat down as well in this deck. And so I like it. It's fun. And you saw we won 2 out of 3 there, or 3 out of 4. So yeah, definitely leave a comment. Tell me what you liked about it, and please like the video as well. If we get enough likes, I'll do another video like of this deck, and then please subscribe to the channel. It definitely helps us out and lets me know that you guys like my stuff, and I'll keep making more of it. And so thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the deck, and we'll see you next time.